On December 31st, 2019, China reported a cluster of cases of the novel coronavirus in Wuhan. Since then, the virus has grown into a global pandemic, affecting over 2.5 million people. Many aspects of everyday life halted, changing how our world functions. One of the many areas where the effect of the virus is evident is in the aircraft and automobile manufacturing sector. Prior to the spread of the virus to the United States, there was already turbulence in the aircraft manufacturing industry. Throughout early 2019, several Boeing 737 MAX aircraft crashed over a 5-month period. These crashes were the result of faulty manufacturing, and as a result, most of the planes of the same model were grounded. This resulted in a serious drop in Boeing's market value from a peak of $350 billion during the second quarter. Amid rumors of the spreading virus, other major manufacturers like Lockheed Martin, General Motors, and Ford Motor Company saw precipitous drops in production revenue during the fourth quarter as production costs soared. But this is only the beginning.
January 2020, confirmed cases nearly 8,000. On the 21st, the first U.S. case was confirmed. Alarms went off across the country as hotspots like Seattle had increasingly stringent measures introduced to contain the virus. The public took on the situation slowly, and some considering the issue to be insignificant. But as the month progressed, a clear urgency began to rise, an urgency that took heat moving into February. February 2020, confirmed cases nearly 87,000. After a nearly tenfold increase in cases within 3 weeks, international businesses began suspending non-essential activities. Hours were cut for a large portion of the workforce, but the United States remained relatively delayed in the effects of COVID-19. It wasn't until March that the major implications of the virus began to drastically change the economic landscape of the nation. March 2020, confirmed cases nearly 790,000. Employment took its first major hit with a loss of 18,000 manufacturing jobs. In response, President Donald Trump announced in a press conference that he intended on invoking the Defense Production Act to direct companies to aim production towards goods such as ventilators and facial masks in order to relieve pressures on disease-stricken communities. By March 20th, 3M agreed to sell exclusively to American buyers, and GM announced they would begin production of ventilators. The following week, President Trump signed the largest stimulus bill in history. The over $2 trillion bill included guaranteed federal loans and bailouts for leaders in the airline industry that ensured the continued need for airplane production. In short, the government kept the transportation manufacturing industry afloat by supporting continued demand for airplanes. April 2020. As we continue through this month, confirmed cases top 2.5 million people. While it's too early to see the virus's effect on industry unemployment rates for April, the projections predict 37,000 more manufacturing jobs lost. In addition, companies are reacting by testing remaining workers' temperatures before they enter work, with some companies going as far as taking chest x-rays of employees. However, this pandemic is not only affecting the short term, but some experts are already predicting the unexpected long-term effects on the manufacturing industry as a whole. According to The Economist, this newfound necessity to space out workers and disinfect workstations and materials will lead to an exponential increase in the rate of automation in factories and other assembly areas, especially in airplane parts manufacturers and automobile plants. And due to the virus's region of origin, the article also states that companies will move sourcing materials away from China over a long period of time. Companies are being forced to drastically change in the wake of the virus. CEO of remote monitoring company, Instrumental, even stated that the manufacturing industry, quote, is going to do 5 years of innovating in the next 18 months, end quote.
As we enter into May, no end is in sight for the unprecedented changes we've seen. And as cases of the virus grow, the changes in the economy seem to be more and more impactful. But keeping yourself informed and educated in times like these are what push the boundaries that COVID-19 places. Our group has learned so much from simply taking time to scratch the surface level of the automobile and airplane manufacturing industry. Beyond the numbers and specifics, learning the impact and information about a seemingly undervalued industry has really opened our eyes and allowed us to see what's going on outside our own lives. And as the clock continues to tick, maybe we all can take some time to learn a bit more.